Good evening, y'all. How you doing? This is Vincent Brown, and I wanted to talk to y'all for a minute today about profiting from adversity. So I'm gonna say it again: profiting from adversity. That was something that I got from a success writer, a success teacher back in the early 1900s. It goes by the name of Napoleon Hill, and what he talks about is successful people they profit from adversity, and every time something happens, the phrase he uses, they look for something called the seed of an equivalent benefit. So when something bad happens to them, they look for, they have the mental habit of finding something that's equivalent or greater than the adversity that they had to deal with, right? So if we want to be successful, that's how we have to train our minds. And a couple of examples, real life examples, and a couple things I think that's going to help us is do that be where we profit from adversity by training ourselves to look for a seed of equivalent benefit. One concept is being purpose driven. Okay, so being purpose driven. So I'm using myself as an example. One of the things that I am is I'm focused on helping families become equipping and empowering people financially. Okay, that's something that's etched into me. That's one of the purposes that's brought onto this planet for, right? So just tell you, so I ended up having a day where I had to get some car work done, and so anytime you have to get car work, that's usually not from something positive. Usually, it's something that happened to your car, you gotta go, get stuff fixed and spend money and all that, right? But because I was purpose driven, what is I ended up talking to the people that are working on the car, and talking to the manager I was dealing with, and all of that. And what ended up happening was we ended up doing transactions where end up making money. It ended up making more money than the repairs that I ended up having to do. Okay, so that was definitely profiting from adversity, and but in the midst of it, so the better part of the outcome was helping equip and empower another family financially, where that family is much better off because I ended up talking to the employee and the employees over there at that particular mechanic shop, right? One story in the Bible, which is that relates to that I think of is Paul, where he's got a couple of different stories. Was shipwrecked. Nobody ever wants to get shipwrecked. That's definitely an adversity, but he ended up talking to the people there and converting people to Jesus. He was in prison. He talked to all the guards and everything like that, and totally changed the world from an adversity where most people, when they're in prison, they're just in prison. But guess what? Here's the catch to that is if you don't form the habit of looking for the seed of an equivalent benefit and stuff happens to you, then man, stuff just happened to you. Somebody goes to, Paul would have went to prison and he would have just been a dude that was in prison. Okay, that's pretty much how that works. Second thing that will help us is to prosper where we're at. Okay, is you're in a certain situation, in a certain circumstance, right? In that circumstance, ask yourself, what can I do to thrive in this circumstance? Am I just going to be a victim, or am I going to be a victor? Right? I've heard a couple people, they did this quote about successful people and say 90% of your long-term success is not based on what happened to you. It's based on how you reacted to what happened to you. Okay, so that's a big deal. So hey, so let's focus, just doers. Let's focus on getting out there, thriving in adversity, looking for the seed of equivalent benefit. Let's make it happen. Let's get it done in March Madness. Thank you.